This isn't for everybody. In fact, I wasn't even sure it was for me. Now, most of the time, I'm trying to travel as light as possible, so flag systems didn't have much appeal. But these are the most travel-friendly of flags, and at the moment, B&H Photo is offering them at a great price. So, let's dig in. We're talking about the Impact PortaFlag kit. The skinny, it's a decent flag system at an exceptional price that you might just not use. The Impact system is very nearly a knockoff of the Westcott Fast Flag. It's got a slightly different locking mechanism and fabric shape. It's also spot-on identical to the Digital Juice flag kit. Only the Westcott comes with half as many frames and accessories, and it costs $50 more than this one, and the Digital Juice kit costs double. The Impact system comes with 5 frames, 5 flags, and 2 finger flags. That's a mini flag, roughly 4 by 14 inches, that you might use on product shoots and things. There's also 2 dot nets at a half and full stop strength. The flags come in a black light blocker, a double black net for 1 stop of light reduction, a single black net for a half stop of light reduction, a 1 stop white silk, and a 2 stop white silk. The carrying case is surprisingly well designed and sturdy, which is nice. Overall, the system is heavier than I expected. When I first picked up the box, it had a light stand on the picture, and I thought, maybe they included one in the system as well. I mean, the darn thing weighs nearly 20 pounds. But no, the frames are all metal and brass, and it just adds up after a while. All in all, the kit covers all the basic flags without getting into any of the fancy stuff like specialty silks or muslins. So, how does it hold up quality-wise? Before I jump in, now is a great time for me to remind you folks that hitting the subscribe button will help me create more content for you. It's like a little payment for my video or something like that. The metal frame feels sturdy and well made, and the mini flags have mounting pins that appear to be made out of brass, presumably for their heat-resisting qualities. The frames themselves are good qualities, at least the ones that I received. The scrim material is, well, scrim material. It's hard to make a one-stop scrim either more or less durable. It's just going to be thin no matter what. But the material on the flag is just single-stitched, and this could be better. On the large flags, this doesn't seem to make much of a difference. They don't seem especially fragile. But on the finger flags, I'm looking at you, One Stop Scrim, they look kind of frail. It's the combination of the light material and the single stitch. You can, of course, simply do a second stitch on the big flags yourself if you have access to a sewing machine, but the finger flags are permanently attached to their frames, making that impossible. So, good quality frames, okay quality big flags, and worrisome quality little flags. Now, one of the first things that stood out to me about the kit was that while it contains one of everything that you need, that's just not quite how you would use it in real life. You've got 5 frames, but with 5 different flags, you're unlikely to put them all into use at the same time. They probably could have gotten away with just providing 3 frames, or even better, provided 2 of the black blocker flags, which is the most common one that you'll use, and 2 of the one-stop nets. Now, at first glance, it doesn't appear that you can buy this additional flags if you want to get a better kit or if something rips. But I contacted Impact, and they told me that they do sell them if you email them and tell them what you want. Full-size flags cost $40 plus shipping, just for the flag material. And finger flags cost $15. Now, all of that seemed a little pricey to me, considering that the whole kit costs just $130, but on their website, the kit sells for $350, which makes the $40 price tag more logical. And it's another reason that you might want to buy a set from B&H Photo now if you're interested. But here's the other consideration. If you don't own a flag set already, you've probably been finding other ways to control your light. Those techniques may not be as efficient in terms of control, but they might be in terms of gear and cost. I've brought my flags to 2 indoor shoots where I really needed to control the lighting, and I didn't end up using them either time. That's because I'm used to balancing my ambient light and using grids and modifiers to control my other lights. I'm a competent color grader, so I can also shape my light in post. And I rarely have enough setup time to experiment with new approaches. So this just may be the fancy kit that you never end up using. Keep in mind that to use a flag, you need a separate light stand and a pretty sturdy one at that, plus a grip to hold it. That's 2 extra pieces of equipment that you need to bring with you. It takes roughly 2 minutes to assemble each flag, which is pretty quick, but then there's the stand and the positioning, which might add another 10 minutes or so to your setup time. Add 3 frames to your set and you've used 30 minutes or so. If you work alone, that's a significant chunk of time and probably longer than it took to set up your lights. I'm still hopeful that I'll work these into my process though, especially for things like eliminating top lights in offices so you don't get ugly hues on the hair, and enhancing negative and positive fill. Flag systems may not be quick, but they have been around since the beginning of cinematography for a reason. The Impact PortaFlag is a good starter kit for those who are only going to put it to occasional use. It costs less than half of the better known brands, and with careful use it's going to last for a while and work nearly as well. And while it's only likely to improve my image by a small degree, there's a point in your work where every little bit is important.